So, I'm going to talk about first derivatives of algebraic functions by formulas using differentiation formulas. Algebraic functions. We're going to use differentiation formulas. Okay, guys? And in particular, we're going to have the following. Differentiation rules. So we have differentiation rules that we are going to apply in finding the derivatives of algebraic functions. Differentiation rules, or these are formulas actually, no? Then we have higher order derivatives. We had already some of this before, no? Derivatives. And then the last one under algebraic functions, implicit. But you do not have to forget this because this will be implicit. This will be included also or to be applied in finding derivatives of any functions, trigonometric, inverse trigonometric, exponential, logarithmic. So implicit differentiation. Okay. So let's have. So letter A, find the indicated derivative. The indicated derivative. Number 1. So let's say I have y is equal to x cubed times square root of 5 minus 3x to the 4th. Okay? So we consider this as product. Our u here is x cubed and our v is square root of what? Of 5 minus 3x to the 4th. Okay, guys? Now, we are going to apply product rule. Product rule for finding derivative. And according to product rule, the derivative with respect to x of u times v is equal to what? U times the derivative of v with respect to x plus v times the derivative of u with respect to x. Okay, guys? But by the way, guys, be sure you know the different notations for derivatives. Derivative with respect to x, this is an operator. It has no value. That is equivalent to derivative with respect to x, sometimes just the d. Understood that it is with respect to the whatever the independent variable. Okay, guys? Yan. So, that is not equal to y prime, because this is operator. Y prime means derivative of y with respect to x. So, this is operator. It's like sa plus. It's like ln. Sine, you're taking something. No? Actually, what you're taking is slope. Slope of what? Of the tangent line at the point on the curve. So, getting the y prime, so that is equal to product. So, the first, so that is our u, the first derivative with respect to x of the second, 5 minus 3 x to the fourth, then square root of that, plus the second, so square root of 5 minus 3 x to the fourth, then times the derivative with respect to x of the second, of the first, so that is x cubed. By the way, once you become familiar with the formula, it's all right to go directly with the derivative. No need to write this step, okay? You can skip that step and immediately get the derivative of the second. The second is a radical, no? Square root. So what is the derivative of square root? Derivative of the radicand. Radicand means expression inside the radical. That is negative 12 x cubed all over or over 2 square root of so meaning we just copy the radical. The radical square root of 5 minus 3x to the fourth plus the second, you just copy, yan. 5 minus 3 raised to 4 radical of order 2, then derivative of x cubed, that is 3x squared. Okay guys, well, let's simplify. We have negative, this is negative, 12 divided by 2 is 6, no? So negative 6 x cubed to the 6 over the radical, no? Square root of 5 minus 3 x to the 4th. If you have questions guys or if I get mistake, just inform me because it's hard to look at the screen. Because sometimes what I am saying is not what I am writing. Plus 3x squared, then square root of 5 minus 3x to the 4th. Actually, this is already the derivative, no? But normally, we write it in one term as much as possible. So, let's get the LCD. So, that is equal to getting the LCD. So, the LCD is this radical. So, getting negative 6. Then, x to the 6. Then, we have plus square root divided by 1 times this square root. So, no more radical. So, 3x squared times the radicand. So, we have 5 minus 3x to the 4th. Okay, guys? Yan. Then, over this radical. 5 minus 3x to the 4th is square root of that. So, can we still simplify that? Guys, yes, no? Because this is negative 6x to the 6. And then if I distribute 3x squared to each term inside this parenthesis, we have 15x to the second. And then minus 9x raised to 6. Na? All over. Somebody's calling. Wait a minute. Okay, so we now have square root of 5 minus 3 x to the 4th. Okay now? Yan. What is the simplified form? Guys? What's the simplified form? Guys? What's the numerator, guys? Anyone? Guys? So, 15x squared, and then negative 6 plus negative 9, negative 15 x to the 6. Okay? All over, yan, square root of, square root of, because normally, pag multiple choice, you should know how to simplify. So that's the derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, guys? Pwede pa bang ma-simplify? Guys? If I'm going to factor out 15, I will get what? Tsaka x squared, wala namang makakancel, no? Or in factored form, pwede rin namang 15, then x squared, this is the common, then we have 1 minus x to the 4th. Is that okay, guys? Yan. Pero wala naman na-cancel, kaya it's alright kahit yan na. Ang simplest form. Okay? Any question with that? Guys? On number 2. Let's say I have W is equal to 5. Let's say 5. And then T cubed minus 4 T all over 5 T squared plus 8. That is considered quotient. Our dependent variable is W, independent variable T. So we are going to differentiate it relative to T. Find the derivative of W with respect to T. Yan. Pag walang nakalagay, let's say y and x, normally derivative of y with respect to x. Unless otherwise stated, not. So quotient, how do we differentiate quotient? Let's recall quotient rule. Quotient rule. For quotient rule or quotient formula for differentiation, we have derivative with respect to x of u over v. That is law, that is v, derivative ng high, meaning derivative ng u with respect to x, minus u, that is high, derivative ng law, meaning ng denominator, that is v, derivative of v, all over the square of the denominator. If you're going to use derivative operator, capital, be sure, no more like this, no? Pag ganitong ginamit mo, small letter dapat. Hindi pwedeng derivative with respect to x like that, ha? So, if you write that, I tell you, you will be repeating the subject. Yung iba makapag-solve lang. Hindi kasi nanonood ng mga video or what you call this, ng lecture notes. Okay? Puro Google ng Google. Kaya kung ano nung mga nag-Google, mga wrong notations, not all informations in the internet are correctly written, ha? Lalo na yung mga solution. Hindi naman yan mga authors ng mga math o mga nag-solve. So, getting now the derivative of W. Derivative of W with respect to T. Yan, to T. Yan. But our formula, derivative is with respect to T. This is with respect to X. So, papalitan mo lang yung X ng T, no? Yan. So, quotient. The denominator, derivative with respect to T of the numerator, minus, hindi yata kakasya. Minus the numerator, yan, sana kumasya. Derivative with respect to T of the denominator. Kasya ba? Let me move a little. Yan, move ko. Ang galing ng blackboard ko, no? Namumove yung mga sinusulat, right? And then, continue. Plus 8. Check nyo what I am writing, guys. All over. Yan, all over. mag-fraction, ang haba. The square of the denominator. 5t squared. And then plus 8 quantity squared. Okay, guys? So let me copy that because I'm going to move to the next slide. And I'm sure you're not going to help me give the details of the previous one. Yan. Let's now get the derivative. Copy. 5t squared plus 8. Ito. Get the derivative. So no more derivative symbol after performing the differentiation. 15t squared minus 4 minus, copy, 5t cubed minus 4t times the derivative of 5t squared is 10t plus 0. So no need to write that. When you write your equal sign, be sure it is at the middle of the fractional bar, ha? Yan. Hindi naman perfect, but at least some very close there, ha? Over 5t squared plus 8 quantity squared. Okay, guys? Yan. So that is equal to, actually that's already the derivative, no? All we have to do is to apply algebra to make the answer in a nice or better form, nicer form, no? So, let's distribute. 5 times 15, guys. What is 5 times 15? Guys, 75, no? And 75 t to the 4th. Yan. Last. By the way, those who have already submitted long quiz 1, my goodness. Hindi yan kagaya ng comics na pagbasa nyo, sagot lang kayo ng sagot. Para kayo nagbasa lang ng comics na hindi nyo naman inintindi yata. Yung mga lecture at videos, kung ano yung pinagsasagot nyo, children. Nako, sa multiple choice, hindi man lang nakakalahati. Yung true or false, ayun ay mag-iingat kayo. Hindi porkat true or false yun ay kamadaling sagutin na true or false. Ang daming mali sa true or false. May magkulang lang na statement doon, hindi na pares ang idea nun. Baka akala nyo. Okay, guys? Tsaka yung iba, nako, kung ano-ano pinagsasabit na file. Sinabing mag Google Sheets. 75 t to the 4th. What comes next? Negative 20 t squared. Okay? And then plus, what about 8 times 15? So we get 120. I have a calculator with me. So hopefully, I don't get mistake, no? Yan. And then, plus what, guys? Guys, plus what? Plus negative 32. Yan. Okay? What about the product of the second group? 10 times 5, so that is 50. Then t to the 4th. 10 times negative 10t times negative 40 times negative outside. So that is positive 40t squared. Check well, ha? Check well the answers that I am giving, ha? Because I'm not perfect. So, all over 5 t squared plus 8 quantity squared. Okay, let's combine similar terms, children. What are the similar terms? 75t to the 4th minus 50t to the 4th. So that is 25t to the 4th. Negative 20t squared, positive 120t squared, so that is 100, plus 40t squared, so all in all, 140t squared. Am I correct, guys? Okay, guys. plus 8. Yan. Quantity squared. Yan. Kailangan matuto kayo ng derivatives, differentiation, because very important in integral calculus. Pero dun sa mga, what you call this, yung 5 units, meron tayong a little integration. Later, maghihiwalay na kayo. Those that are 3 units together, kasi in differential calculus only, those 5 units will have integral calculus. So, we will be having more discussions to them. So, may minus, ano pang idadagdag natin sa numerator? Minus 32, no? Yan. Okay na, children? O, pwede pa ba masimplify yan, children? Ha? Can we still simplify that? Wala na, no? Hindi naman, wala naman sigurong factor na 5t squared plus 8 ito, no? Meron ba? Sa tingin nyo? Is yung 5t squared plus 8, factor ba yun ng numerator? Sa tingin nyo? Patingin natin. Anong factored form yan? 5t is, titingnan natin ha, kung 5t squared plus 8 ang isa, dapat, ito yung maging sagot, no? O, lingnan na. Pag hindi, huwag na natin i-factor. Kasi wala naman pala makakancel. O, 5t squared, and then minus 4. O, check nyo. Is it the middle term, children? Is it the middle term? Ay, tama ba? Is it the middle term, guys? 40. Negative 20. Hindi, no? So, it means, this is not factorable with factor 5t squared plus 8. Hindi. Okay, guys? Hindi siya. Yan. So, no need to factor. Okay? That is the derivative of w with respect to t. Last one for this. So number 3, derivative. Let's say I have f of s is equal to 5, 5, then 8 square root of s plus 6 over square root of s, then minus s to the 4 raised to, let's say 3 over 5. Yan. How are we going to differentiate this, guys? What formula are we going to apply? Constant, derivative ng constant times function. Constant can be moved out. Okay. And then what about the second factor? After the 5, that is power, no? General power. So, we can apply general power formula for this. Is that clear, children? What is said about the general power formula? So, f prime, ha? If you differentiate, you put derivative, not just equal immediately. Let's say f of s equals that, you are not putting the f prime. So, wrong if there is no derivative symbol if you're getting already derivative. Okay, so let me, naghang na. Okay, yan, bumalik na ulit. Let me move a little here. Okay. So, 5 times, 5 times. What's the derivative of this? Drop the exponent. Sabi ko, drop the exponent, ha. Hindi magdadrop kayo, ha. Sabi ko, drop the exponent. Hindi ko sinabi, sabi niya, pinagdadrop. Sabi, nanay, pinagdadrop kami ng teacher namin. Anong sabi ko, children? Drop the exponent. Copy the base. Yan. Copy the base. Subtract 1 from the exponent. Pero, copy muna. Hindi ko pa nakakopy lahat. Plus, negative s to the 4. Quantity to the. Subtract 1 from the exponent. Minus 1. Meaning minus 5 over 5. Negative 2 pips. Minus 5 over 5. Negative 2 pips. Times the derivative with respect to s of the inside. Let me copy the inside para it will not be, yan. I'm not going to write, hindi na kopya. Copy the inside. Ayaw mo makopya ha. Kala mo ha. Yan. Dapat pala kinopya pa rin parenthesis. So we now have enclosed. Okay, so let's now proceed. What's now the derivative of this? So f prime of s and f prime of s is equal to 5 times 3 over 5, that is 3. Then copy. Yan, copy. Yan, the one that so that I'm not going to write this anymore. Then enclose. See, shortcut. I'm very expert in the use of PowerPoint. Then get the derivative, no? Negative 2 over 5, the exponent. What's the derivative, guys? What's the derivative of this first term? That is 8 over 2 is square root of s, because that's radical square root. That is how to differentiate square root. 8 times the derivative of s, 1 over 2 square root of s. What about this one? What do we mean by this, guys? Anong ibig sabihin yan, children? That is 6 times x to the negative 1/2. What's the derivative? So 6 times negative 1/2, negative 3. Okay? So then, x to the minus 2 over 2, minus 1, meaning minus 2 over 2. That is negative 3/2. Okay? Then plus negative 4s cubed. Enclose. So, let us just, let's simplify. So, we now have 3 times, copy. I will have this. Go there. Okay. Then, enclose. Raised to negative 2 over 5. And then times, hindi yata kasya. 4 over square root of s. Plus 3, minus. Minus 3 over, dito na lang, minus 3 over x to the 3/2 to make it positive exponent. And then finally, what's the last term, children? Inside, minus 4s cubed. Enclose. That's it. That's the derivative. That's the derivative. Yes. Which one? Negative. Pwede rin, kung gusto mo. As an alternative. Yan. Let's say, or, accepted pa rin yun, kahit hindi ko na ibaba yung negative 3/2. Okay lang. So, sa calculus, hindi maikpit masyado yung algebra, yung mga exponent, yung rationalization of radical. May mga radical na you don't need to rationalize kung wala rin namang makakancel. Unlike sa algebra, rationalize. No? Kasi nga, expecting to have something to cancel. Okay, guys? Pwede rin siya, yung sinasuggest niya, pwede rin 3, then multiplied by, we have, what's this one? Ano yung numerator, guys? 4 over s, square root of s, and then minus 3 over x to the 3/2, and then minus 4 s cubed, yan, all over. Pero yung 3 di kasama, ha? Pag bumaba, ha? Nawala. Ubos ang tinta. All over, yan. Copy ko na lang, copy. May kinapin na ako niyan eh. Control V, then put there, yan. Di ba? Very easy ko, sinulat. Then, here, enclose, raise to 2 pips, yan. You can have this, or this one. Kung multiple choice yan, hanapin nyo na lang kung nasan ang parehas dyan. Okay? A question, children? No question. We now move to letter B. Find the indicated higher derivatives. Indicated higher derivatives. Meaning, second derivative, third derivative, higher order derivatives. Higher derivatives. Okay, number 1. So we have y equals, yan. Then we have, let's say, x to the 4th. Then x squared plus 1 raised to 2. I find, no, because I want just x plus 1 raised to 2. Then I want to find the second derivative of y, meaning y double prime, with respect to x. So look at how notations are written, guys. Let's now get the derivative. This is considered product, no? Product. How to get the derivative? First derivative muna. Derivative of y with respect to x. That is equal to the first derivative of the second. Diretso na, what's the derivative of the second? Drop the exponent because that is general power. Copy the base. Subtract 1 from the exponent. So 1 now. Derivative of the base, 1. So no more. No need to write. Plus the second, x plus 1 raised to 2 times the derivative of x to the 4th. That is 4x cubed. Okay? Then that is equal to, what is common, children? What is common? Common is 2. Another common, 3. What else? No more. Or meron pa pala. There is still 1. X plus 1. What is left, which I'm going to write on the right? What is left but written on the right? Ba't may mga word? Nakakalito yung English word. Left, right. Pero, yan. What is left but to be written on the right? So, I removed already x cubed as a factor from x to the 4th, together with the 2, together with x plus 1. So, there is a remaining just x. Plus, what about here? I removed 2 out of 4. So, as a factor, so remaining 2. Then, no more x cubed. And then 1, x plus 1. Kulong. Okay. So, that is equal to 2x cubed, then x plus 1 multiplied by, what is this, children? 3x plus 2. Am I correct, children? Children, am I correct? Okay, second derivative. But to get the second derivative, better to write this as product. This one, so that you will have just 2 functions. Because if we're going to differentiate this having 3 functions, more difficult, no? So let's multiply 2x cubed inside. So to get 2x to the 4th plus 2x cubed multiplied by 3x plus 2. Okay, so that's the time we now get the derivative of this first derivative, giving the second derivative. We are now on the second derivative. What's the second derivative, children? Guys, the first, Again, the first, ito yung U, ito yung V. The first derivative of the second, that is 3 only, no? Plus the second derivative of, tama ba? Sorry, naduling na ako. Yan. Derivative of the first. Ano yung derivative ng first, children? 8x cubed plus, what comes next, children? 6x squared. Okay, guys? That's already the second derivative. Again, let's say it's a multiple choice. So you have to expand and determine which among the choices will become equal to this. So let's now distribute 3 inside. So that is 6x to the 4th plus 6x to the 3rd, no? And then plus of 24 x to the 4th. Then plus 6 times 3, 18 x to the 3rd. And then plus 8x cubed. Yan. And then plus 6x squared. Okay? What terms can we combine? What terms can be possibly combined, children? Let's start with the highest power. 6x to the 4th. So plus 24x to the 4th. That is 30. 30x to the 4th. Am I correct? At 3x plus 2. Bakit nga mali ang sulat ko? Ano ba naman yan? Ito siguro yung nakita ko. Tama. Yan. Very good. Naduling na ako. Ang nakita ko yan, yan, Chuck. Hirap. Susunod, bibilang malaking screen. Kaya lang mahal, tanong ako, nasa 17K, maganda, laki. Pag nagsulat ako, kitang-kita ko. Hindi na ako maduling. Kaya kawawa yung mga batang nanonood. Kaya meron sa inyo, kala nyo lang nakakaintindi. Hindi. Sa cellphone nanonood, wala naman nakikita. Halos. Patas nanonood pa ng TV yun. Habang nakikinig. Multitasking. Tapos naglalaba pa. Yung iba naglalaba na, nanonood pa. Kasi nga, lalo't nakikita na lang, kawawa naman. No? Kaya, nasa na ba tayo? May, ano na ngayon ang sagot? 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 18, 16. So, 16 now ito. 16 na, ito. Operahin ko na nga muna. Bara. Yan, binura ko na. Okay, so this is what? 16x to the 3rd plus 12x squared. Okay na, guys? 30x to the 4th. So, we're done with this. Ito, tapos na tayo. So, mga cube. 22 plus 18. 40. Is that 40, guys? And then, the last one. Last na ba? Plus 12x squared. Okay, guys? That's it. Or another way. So, look at this. No? Yung first derivative, let us expand. Expand natin. Yan. Okay, let's expand. So, that is 2 times 3. So, 6x to the 5th. Ako, di ko na makita. Duling na ako. Plus 6. Nasa na? 4. 4x. Dito naman. 4 what? X to the 4th. Yan. Ine-expand lang natin first derivative, ha? Then, 6 x to the 4th plus 4 4x cubed. O yan. Then, itong dalawang to, 10. This is what? 10x to the 4th. O, get now the derivative of that, which is the second derivative. Is equal to. So this is 30 x to the 4th, right? Plus 10 times 4, so 40 x cubed. Then plus 12 x squared. Okay guys? See? We get the same result. Okay ba, John Paulo? Nakangiti si John Paulo. Si Rashid Cruz. Yung iba hindi ko makita. Yung iba nakasimangot ang mga picture. Yung iba hindi ko makita. Yung iba nakangiti. Si Bren Erjo. At rin, tawan-tawa si Rosel Bianca. Ngiting-ngiti. Si Luis Domingo. Nakalasa pa ng flower pink. Ang cute. Okay guys? Ano, the next question here? Let's have another one. Number 2. Let's say I have f of, let's say y is equal to 3 minus 2y plus y squared all over 5 plus 2y minus y squared. Okay? Get the second derivative. Kaya ang third? Tingnan nga natin ang third. Kung hindi siya madugo. Find the third derivative of y. So let's now have. Ay, bakit ba y prime na yan? So, what is the first derivative, guys? What's the first derivative? So, again, that is quotient, no? Y prime. Let's make quotient. Hanggang saan kaya yan? Mahaba kaya to? Okay. The denominator, derivative of the numerator, 0, negative 2, positive 2y plus minus the numerator 3 minus 2y plus y squared. Derivative of the denominator. But what is the denominator? This. What's the derivative? 0, then plus 2, then minus 2y. Yan. All over the square of 5 plus 2y minus y squared, which is the square of the denominator. That's it. That's already the derivative. Sometimes in the test, you will just be asked, find the derivative, do not simplify. Meaning, after having the after differentiating, that's it. So, pag nakalagay, no need to simplify. Because the purpose is to determine if you can follow differentiation rules. No? Let's simplify this. So, what is common, children, here? Common is, walang common, no? Kasi negative 2 plus 2y. Ito naman 2 minus 2y. Okay? Pero may common man actually dyan. Pag kinactor out ko itong 2y minus 2, ito 2 minus 2y. Magka-opposite yan eh. Distribute na lang natin. Para kasing mas madali ang ano. Factor out ko na lang ha. Factor out ko yung 2y minus 1. Ay, 2y minus 2. Common to eh, guys. Ito, 2y minus 2. Ang ibig sabihin nito, children, negative of 2y minus 2. Common na siya. Did you understand that, children? Guys, yan. But don't forget, there is negative ha. If I remove 2y minus 2, what is left here? Dito na lang, 5 plus 2y minus y squared. What about here? Negative. Tinanggal ko na to eh. Ito, negative, negative, positive. So, kokopyahin ko na lang yung loob. Positive 3, negative 2y, plus y squared. Again, children, bakit kinopya ko na lang yung loob? Negative, negative. Do you see what what the arrow is pointing? Negative, negative, positive. So, just the inside. All over, yan. All over, that denominator, 2y, minus 2y, y squared. Y squared. Quantity is squared. Okay. So, we need to simplify this because we need up to what? Hanggang third derivative. So, skip ko. Kailan pa ito matapos? Nabigla yata ako. So, 2y. Pinarusahan ko ang aking sarili. Next. Cancel. This is 0. Cancel out. No? Puti na lang, bye-bye. Ay, bye-bye. Bye. I'm happy pag may nakakancel. So, what's now the remaining, guys? Ano na yung remaining? Guys, tulong naman. Guys. 5 na lang, plus 3, 8. So, 8, may factor tong 2. So, 8 times 2, 16. Y minus 1. Na? Yan. Okay, guys? All over. Yan, all over. Yan, 5 plus 2y minus y squared quantity squared. Tama ba? 5 plus 3, 8. Then, may pinactor out ko yung 2 rito. 8 times 2, 16. So, y minus 1. Okay? Okay. Let's put this in what? In product form. Kasi mas madali ang product form i-differentiate than quotient form. At ibalik ko na ulit ito sa loob. Kasi mas mahirap pag nasa labas siya. 16y minus 16 times 5 plus 2y minus y squared quantity to the negative 2. What's the derivative? Second derivative. The first derivative of the second. Drop the exponent, copy the base, subtract 1 from the exponent. Subtract 1 from the exponent. What is now the exponent? Gian Paulo? Negative 3. Pag mga computer engineering ba kayo? Pero may sumali yata ibang section sa inyo. Kasi I invited them. Then, derivative, continue. Rashid. Tatawagin ko yung mga nakangiti. Yung mga kasi mga hindi. Rashid, Cruz. What's the derivative of the base? Derivative ng 5, 0. Derivative of 2y. 2. Derivative of y squared. Negative y squared. Negative 2y. Okay. Yan. Then, plus the second. Copy second. 5 plus 2y minus y squared. Quantity to the negative 2. Okay. Ito, hindi siya nakangiti. Pero tatawa. Amiel, Divina Gracia. Ganda naman kanyang apelido. Divina na. Divine and Grace pa. Gracia, Grace. Okay, very, ano naman, blessed yung surname mo. Divine na, may grace pa. Iho, what's the derivative of the first? 16 only. Okay, very good. Dali-dali pala yung natanong sa kanya. Meron bang common sentido common? Wala. Simplify na lang muna natin. Then we'll get the second derivative. So, we now have negative 2. Ito, negative 2. Factor out ko muna. Negative 2. And then, itong 16. Ano yan? 16 y minus 1. Naintindihan, children? Brahin ko muna, ha? Yan. Kasi kailangan nating magtipid ng algebra. Ito, children, 16 y minus 1. Ito, children, ay negative. Yan, ayaw sumulat. Negative, yan, negative 2 times what? Y minus 1. O, may napapansin ba kayo? O, yan ha, children. So, how will I write this? So, magiging what, children? O, magiging ano na? Isang beses ko na lang isusulat yung y. Pero sa loob, magiging negative 32. Yan. 32 kasi negative, yan o. Diba? Quantity, ano na yan? Ilan ang squared yan? Negative 32, ano yan, children? O. Oy. O, Rashid. Negative 32, y minus 1 what? Rashid. Si Rashid ba Filipino? Ba't pag napilido, parang ano? Parang Indian. Pag Indian, magaling sa math. O, y minus 1, quantity is squared. O, what about the other remaining factor? 5. Oy. O, tapos na tayo dito. Tapos na tayo sa negative 2. Tapos na tayo sa... Hindi pa pala tayo tapos sa negative 2. No? O, anong madadagdag sa negative 32? Kasi yung 16, negative 2, galing pa lang dito yun. Na? O, ano yung negative 2 times negative 32? Jade Aubrey. Jade Aubrey. O, Jade Aubrey. O, 64. Right? Ay, tama ba, Rashid? Positive na? Sige, hindi ko kayo bibigyan ng line of 9. Y squared quantity to the negative 3. Then, plus, o second term na ako. Second group, which is second term actually na. Dahil first term to eh. So, 16, 5, plus 2y minus y squared quantity to the negative 2. O, let's factor. O, ikaw na uli, Rashid. Ikaw kasi nakikita ko lang dito sa monitor. Ilan lang kayo eh. Dahil meron lang akong tinirang maliit na screen para makita ko kayo. Pero fortunately, nakikita ko lang si Rashid, si Gianpaolo, si Jade Aubrey, at si Amiel. Anong common, Rashid? 64 at 16. 16. Ano pa? 5. Oy, Rashid. 2y. Oh, ano ang mas maliit na exponent? Negative 3 or negative 2? Negative 3. Oh, anong natira sa 64? Pag inalis ko yung factor na 16. 4. Ay, maghanda nga kayo ng calculator, ha? Yan. O, ano pang natira? Y minus 1 quantity is squared. Correct? Di ba yan lang ang natira dyan? Inalis ko rin 16. So, 4 na lang. I remove this already. Ito, inalis ko na. O, yan na lang natira, no? Ito pala inalis ko. Y minus 2 na lang, no? Tsaka 4. What about sa second group? O, I remove 16. Wala na. I remove 5 plus 2y minus y squared quantity to the negative 3. Ilan na lang natira? Isa. Isang 5 plus 2y minus y squared. Kasi raised to 1 yan, di ba? Plus negative 3, negative 2. Okay na, guys? Okay ba yan, Gianpaolo? Tulog yan. Ay, gising. Simplify pa. Equals. What is this equal to, guys? 16. Then 5 plus 2y minus y squared raised to negative 3. What's the derivative? What's the derivative tuloy? What is the expansion? I expand ko rito sa gilid, ha? Uh, y squared times 4 minus 2y times 4, the 8y. Then plus 1 times 4 plus 4. O, ma-add yan dito. O, ano ang sagot, children? 4y squared minus y squared. O, what is the answer, John Paulo? 4y squared minus y squared. 3y squared na. What else? 8y negative plus 2y. Negative 6y. And then last, plus what? Plus 9. Napapactor ba yan? May common dyan, di ba? O yan, pwede pa, may common pa. Then, let me copy that. I-select ko para ililipat ko yan sa kabila. Kasi hindi natin matatandaan yan. Okay. O yan, here. Let me move it here. Okay. What's this? Ito ay first. First ba? Second derivative na to. Second yan, di ba? Guys. What is common sa 3? Negative 6, 9. 3 times 16. Then 5 plus 2y minus y squared 180 to the negative 3 times here. This is what? Y squared minus 2y plus 3. Okay, let's differentiate for the last time. Kasi hanggang third derivative eh. No? O lalo na kung 100th derivative. Pag ang ganyang problem, tinanong kayo ng 100th derivative, ay gusto na kayong patay ng teacher nyo. No? Gusto na kayong mamatay sa stress. Hindi na makatao yun. No? Pero kayo naman ang bibigay lang kahit mga ganito, hindi rin mahirap masyado na ano. Kaya lang nabigla lang ako. Ito na yung na-solve natin. 48. So, 48 constant. I can put this out, no? Okay, derivative ng product. Product na tayo ha. Nilabas ko na yung 48. Di ba? Derivative ng constant times function. Constant times derivative of the function. The first derivative of the second. 2y minus 2 plus the second. Y squared minus 2y plus 3. Derivative of the first, drop the exponent, copy the base, 5 plus 2y minus y squared, subtract 1 from the exponent. Miss Jade Aubrey, hindi nagsasalita to si Jade Aubrey. Tsakto nagdi-dinner na si Jade. Jade Aubrey, nakalumbaba pa naman. Ano exponent, Jade Aubrey? Ayaw niya. Amiel, nag-dinner na. Iniisahan tayo. Amiel, what's exponent? Nanonood na yata kayo ng probinsyano eh. Hindi yata tayo kinig, nanonood kayo probinsyano. Di ba ito, derivative nito? Di ba? The second derivative nito. Drop the exponent. Copy the base. Subtract 1 from the exponent. What's the exponent now? Yan. Then, derivative of the base. Anong derivative ng base? Ito, derivative yan. Pwedeng ito na rin yun. Derivative. Divina Gracia. Derivative ng base. Ito yan. Yan. Paras din yan. 2 minus. Yan. Okay, guys? Yan. Then, kulong. Yan, kulong. Let's simplify. Yan na yung third derivative, children. 48 times. We have, ito ay 2 times y minus 1, this, copy, 5 plus 2y. Be ready, John Paula and Rashida. Kayo lang nakikita ko dyan. Kasi si Aubrey di nagsasalita. Nagdi-dinner na. Then, copy ito. Pinactor out yung 2. Then, sa second group inside, negative 3. Factor out 2 here. Yung negative 2 factor. Maging negative 3, positive 6. O, tingnan nyo dyan, Paulo Rashid ha. Baka may mamali ako. Again, negative 3, I factor out negative 2. So, negative 3, negative 2, 6. Then, copy y squared minus 2y plus 3. And then, copy pa rin to. 5 plus 2y minus y squared raised to negative 4. Then copy. Kaya lang ito pinactor out ko yung negative 2. So y minus 1. Kulong. Oh. Ano pang common, Rashid? Common inside that I can move out. O, sa 2 and 6. 2. O, ilan na? 96. O, what else? May y minus 1. May y minus 1. Correct, Rashid? Yan. Baka nakikinig siguro nanay mo, no? Kaya ka na-tetens. Tinitingnan kung talagang marunong ka. O kaya papa mo. 2. Ano na ba? Y minus 1, no? Y minus 1. O, what about? What else, Rashid? Ano pang common? 5 plus 2y minus y squared. O yan. Raised to? O, which one is smaller? Ayan. Siguro katabi mo girlfriend, kaya natetens. Yan. Next. O, may common pa, guys. Diyan, Paolo, may common pa? Wala na, no? O, anong natira rito? Inalis ko na yung 2. I remove already y minus 1. And to the negative 4 nito, may isang natira rito. Na isang 5 plus 2y minus y squared. Kasi raised to 1 yan eh. Plus negative 4, negative 3. Okay, so plus, oh, what about here? Inalis ko yung 2. Di may natirang 3. I remove this already. No more this. And wala na rin to. Ano pang natira, Rashid? Rashid. 2y plus negative 2y plus 3, na? Ah, tama ba, Rashid? Ha? Ay, Rashid. Siguro rinig ng nanay mo yung boses ko, no? Kaya mo ng tunog ng Rashid. Ganda na pangalan, Rashid. O, 96. Yan, copy. Y minus 1. 5 plus 2y, ganyan ang, pag face-to-face, ganyan ang mga tinosolve talaga. Ang hihirap ng mga pag sa calculus. Lalo na pag engineering. O, what is this? 3y squared, 3y squared, minus y squared, that is 2y squared. Okay, so we're done this. Then, negative 6y, positive 2y, negative 4y. Sana wala nang common. Para yan na. O, next, I'm done with negative 6 at saka positive 2y. Negative 6y plus 5 plus 9, 14. Naka. 9 plus 5, 14. There is still common. O, ilabas natin ang common. Finally, 96 times 2. Jan Paulo. 100. Jan Paulo. Ay, galing. Y minus 1. Ako hindi ko actually agad maisip. Oh, yan. Ibaba ko na yung negative exponent na to, ha. Ulitin ko. Bababa na natin para final na. Para naka-positive. Pero okay lang negative exponent. Pinactor out ko rito. So, 192. Ay, salamat. Natapos din. Then, y squared minus 2y plus 7 kalaban ng 2 na ngayon ay wala ng 2. AZ2 na. Nakiki-channel sa 5. Ano pa? Yan. Kasi ano eh, nalalaman kaya tuloy na natanggal channel 2. Sayang. Kaya lang dapat hindi na tinanggal. Pinarusahan na lang yung mga yon, patapos tuloy pa rin. Pero parusahan ng mga nagkasala. Paano pa yan? Walang naparusahan. Nawawa yung mga walang trabaho. Ayan. Okay yan. Okay, check Rashid. If correctly written, Gian Paulo and Amiel. Oh, anong nawawala yun? May nawawala nga naman. Yung isang term. Oo, tama. Hindi pa na. O kaya pinabe-verify ko sa inyo kung tama na o hindi. So, ibig sabihin hindi siya tama. So, ko ilalagay ngayon sa dulo na nga lang. Ang hirap eh. I-ungroup ko to. Ungroup. Okay. Ay, nag-group ko. Ungroup pala. Ungroup. And then, I will remove this. I will move. Ungroup then. Yan. Okay. Ala, naiwan. Oh. Yeah. Ala, nadala. Yeah, inang. Kailangan ko rin naman ng guhit. Okay. Y minus 1. Meron pa? Amiel, Rashid. Okay na? Rashid. Okay. Very good. Approve na ng ano mo, ng friend mo dyan nakatabi mo. Okay. Yan. That's now the final answer. Yan. Okay. Ay, salamat. We now move to letter C. Letter C na tayo. Letter C. And then later, mga trigonometric naman. Letter C. Letter C. So we have differentiate implicitly. Yan. Differentiate implicitly. So when you say implicit, it means the given implicitly is such that the dependent is not isolated. Mix the dependent and independent, no? But we are trying to get the derivative of the function in the given relation. Differentiate implicitly and determine the indicated and determine the indicated derivative. I hope you were able to watch already the video discussing about implicit differentiation. I'm going to look for another names here. Kukuha naman ako another set. Ito naman, hahanap ako ng ibang set naman ng pangalan para hindi naman puro sino ba itong batang to. Yan, iba namang set ng name. Nasa na yung mga nawala? Ayan, nawala yung mga pangalan. Okay. Ito naman, nahanap ako ng bakit nawala? Nasa na ba sila? Nawala tuloy yung name. Yan. Nasaan na yung name? Hindi ko na makita. Nawala. Paano ba itong ibalik yung mga pangalan? Bakit ko pa napindot? These are the next people. The next set of people. Be ready, ha? Because you will be the ones to be called, ha? Jeremy R. Dan Diego. Phil Kabawatan. German rights? Orites. German. Okay ha, kayo ang mga tao, kayo ha. Kayo ang mga candidates to answer. Okay guys? Yan. So, Jeremy, wag na si Gian Paulo. Luis, ang may magandang laso sa flower sa buhok. Maria Angela, Maxine Faye, yan ha. Let me put it here. Yan, so that your names are listed there. Okay. Do you still see the board, guys? Guys, you still see the board? Okay, number 1. Given x y squared minus 5 y then is equal to x to the fourth. No, we are asked to find y prime. So since this equation does not define y explicitly, meaning does not define y in terms of x, so we are going to apply implicit differentiation. So differentiate the left, differentiate the right relative to x. So get the derivative of the left side. Derivative with respect to x of the left. Xy squared minus 5y is equal to derivative with respect to x of the right side. Yan. Relative sa x tayo ha. Okay. So, what's the derivative of the first term? That is product. Okay? O, Luis Domingo. Mayroong pinakamagandang flower sa buhok. Luis. O, kita mo? Itong batang to nanonood na ng ano siya, ng probinsyano. Hindi na nakikinig. Tatanda ko yung mga palilista ko muna sa papel yung mga ayaw sumagot. Kaya yung mga walang plus yan pag umaksak yung walang consideration. I will not lower the passing mark. Maxine, baka sasabihin nakalagay, baka sa chat, walang mic. Kumisa kasi nag-chat walang mic eh. Wala naman nag-chat. Kaya lang mic, ayusin niyo yung mic niyo. So, Maxine, Faye, ayaw. German, product, xy squared, what's the derivative? German, Jeremy, James, ako na nga. The first, derivative of the second. What's the derivative of the second? So that is 2y, but you have to multiply by y prime because we are differentiating relative to x, dependent is y. Pag dependent is y, laging may multiply ng derivative ng y prime pag yung dependent ang dinidifferentiate. Plus the second, y squared. Derivative ng x, 1. Wala ng x prime kasi independent yon. Minus 5 times derivative of y, y prime. Di ba? Derivative ng y, y prime equals, what about the right side? 4x cubed. Okay? So, let's simplify. 2x, y prime, plus, 2xy, y prime, plus, y squared, then minus 5, y prime, is equal to 4x cubed. Okay, guys? Factoring out y prime from the first term and the second term because that's what we are solving. Y prime, then we have 2xy minus 5. Those without y prime transpose on the right. So that is, 4x cubed and then this one when transposed minus y squared. Solving for y prime, we get y prime equals 4x cubed minus y squared all over 2xy minus 5. Okay, that's it. That's y prime. Okay, guys? Okay, number 2. What about if I have 3x cubed, then y to the 4 equals, let's say, x squared plus y squared. I want derivative this time ng x with respect to y. Take note of this ha. Dependent this time is x, independent is y. Kaya lahat ng dinidifferentiate nyo na relative sa, dinidifferentiate nyo na letter, multiply nyo ng derivative niya. Kasi, ang dependent ngayon dito ay x, kaya multiply na yung derivative with respect to x. So again, get the derivative of the left side. Kukunin ko na yung derivative ha. What's the derivative of the left? So the first derivative, the first derivative of the second for y cubed. Do I need to multiply? Ito sumasagot to eh. Gianpaolo, do I have to multiply by y prime? For y cubed, do I have to multiply by y prime? Sorry? Okay, very good. Plus y to the fourth. Yan, ito ang multiply nyo ng derivative niya. So, derivative ng 3x cubed, 9x squared. But, you have to multiply by derivative of x with respect to y. Because we are differentiating the x, no? Not the y. So, equals, what about the right side? Derivative of x squared, 2x, derivative of x with respect to y. Plus, what about y squared? 2y. Okay, guys? So, what are we solving? Derivative of x with respect to y. Let's simplify first. 12x cubed, y cubed, plus 9x squared, y to the fourth, derivative of x with respect to y equals 2x, derivative of x with respect to y plus 2y. So, ito yung may mga derivative. Ito at saka ito. Transpose this on the left. So, we have, and then factor it out. So, we now get, dito, pag pinactor out yung dx over derivative of x with respect to y, we get 9x squared y to the fourth. Ito, pag lumipat, negative 2x. Ang common, derivative of x with respect to y equals, ito walang mga derivative, lipat. So, 2y minus 12x cubed y cubed. Okay, guys? Okay, guys? So, derivative of x with respect to y equals this quantity, but there is common, no? Factor out natin, baka may makancel later. Then 1 minus 6x cubed y squared. Okay, tama ba? Pag pinactor out ko yung 2y1, dito 6x cubed y squared, no? 12x cubed y cubed. Okay. All over, what about the denominator? All over this. So, anong common naman dyan? X lang. Wala namang na-cancel. 9x, y to the fourth, minus 2. Wala na-cancel. Okay. Yan na yung derivative. Okay, guys? Okay, guys? Okay. Next, number 3. Number 3, let's say have x cubed plus y cubed equals 8. Find the second derivative. Yan. Second derivative of y. First derivative. Differentiate immediately. I will skip the details. Differentiate 3x squared. Differentiate 3y squared y prime equals 0. No? Derivative of 8 is 0. Okay, guys? Divide by 3. Divide ko ng 3. So, we have x squared plus y squared y prime equals 0. Solving for y prime. So, that is equal to negative x squared over y squared. Am I correct, children? That is just first derivative. Second derivative. Be ready? Rashid. Walang nasagot eh. Si Rashid na lang. Nakikita ko si yan. Y double prime. What's the derivative, Rashid? Negative. Yan. Ihiwalay ko na yung negative. What do you want? Include ang negative sa numerator or outside? Outside na lang. Anong gusto niyo? Gusto mo product or quotient? Ha? Quotient na lang? Ha? Rashid? Huwag ka maiwas sa parents mo. You have to be proud. Pagdating pa integral, mas mahirap mga integral. Malay niyo estudyante ko ay sa integral. O, the denominator, o sige, Rashid, the denominator, o y squared, derivative of the numerator, 2x, o, minus the numerator, 2y, meron pa, remember, y prime, kasi differentiating relative to x na dinidifferentiate natin yung y relative to x. All over y to the fourth. O yan. Okay? Let's now proceed. Okay, negative. Ito positive 2 x squared y prime. Negative, positive, negative 2x y squared. All over, ano ba yan? All over y to the fourth. Pero ano, Rashid, ang y prime? Kasi dapat walang y prime sa kanan. Kailangan x and y lang or x or y lang. Ano ang y prime? Yan. We are going to replace, no? Y double prime equals 2 times x squared times y. What is y prime, Rashid? Pilipino ka ba? Indian? Minus, nasa na ba ito? Nasa na ako? Minus 2xy squared. All over y to the fourth. This is just algebra, no? Simplify natin. Y double prime is equal to, tas derivatives ng trigonometric, is equal to 2x squared y. This is, multiply ko na lang to ng y y na lang, no? Kasi ang y dito, cancel dito. So, ano na lang ang nasa ilalim nito? Y. Multiply by y over y. Remember, y na lang yan, ha? 1 over y squared, y na lang here. Y times 1 over y, cancel. So, negative 2, x is x to the fourth, minus, times y, 2xy cubed. All over y times y to the fourth, y to the fifth. Am I correct, children? So again, ito cancel na dito. Ito minus 1. Right? So y times 1 over y, cancel. 2x squared, negative x squared, negative 2x to the fourth. And then y cubed, negative 2x. Y to the fifth. Okay guys? Meron pa ba? Tingnan natin kung pinaktor, baka may makita tayong magandang kahinatnan. Negative 2 times x, ano yan? X cubed plus, what Jan Paulo? Anong matitira? Tama ba yan, Jan Paulo? Tama yan? Pero ano ang x cubed plus y cubed? Actually, ito na yung sagot. Kaya lang pwede pa rin masimplify yan. Halimbawa, multiple choice. Ano yung x cubed plus y cubed from the given? It is 8. Yan. Pwede pa pala siyang masimplify. May relationship pa. So, finally, y double prime is equal to what? To negative 16 x over y to the fifth. Okay, children? Children of the Philippines. Ayan. We're done now with differentiation of algebraic functions. We now move to differentiation of trigonometric function. It is important here your trigonometry identities. So let's now have derivatives of trigonometric functions. Yan. And derivatives of trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. Okay? Yan. Okay, guys? So, important here, by the way, identities ha. So, yan, identities. So, are you familiar with identities? I will just be sharing to you some common identities, no? Meron akong summary nun. No. Later. So, what are the formulas for derivatives ng trigonometric functions, no? Title. Derivatives of trigonometric function. Derivative differentiation formulas. And differentiation formulas. What's the better title? Differentiation formulas or derivatives of trigonometric functions? What do you think? Anong sa tingin niyo maganda? Derivatives? Derivatives of trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. Okay, guys? Yan. Let f of x be equal to u, not me, equal to u. Let this function be differentiable. Let u be equals f of x be differentiable. Then, number 1, we have the following formulas. Number 1, the derivative with respect to x of sine x, ay sine u, yan, para general, is equal to cosine u times the derivative with respect to x of u. Don't forget. And this derivative is not multiplied to u, ha? It is multiplied to the function. Number 2, derivative with respect to x of cosine u. So that is equal to negative sine of u times the derivative with respect to x of u. Don't forget, you always multiply the answer by what? By the derivative of the argument. Okay? This angle actually is in radian measure, your u, or they are real numbers. Next, the derivative with respect to x of tangent u. Kaya u ang ginagamit kasi kayo u nga u. Kaya kayo ang sikat dito u. Kayo ang priority. Secant squared u times derivative with respect to x of u. Ang ginamit kong notation, capital A, pwede rin yung small d, then over dx, something like that. No? Next, the fourth one, the derivative with respect to x of cotangent u. Anim. We'll have 6 formulas here to memorize. Negative. Notice if you have this arrangement, positive, negative, the derivative. But take note of cotangent and tangent is squared. Squared u times the derivative of u with respect to x. The derivative with respect to x of secant u. What's the derivative? Hanggang ano tayo? Siguro hanggang 12 o'clock tayo. Secant u, tangent u, du. Ay, differential pala to. Sorry. Times, kasi sa integral, du kami, du. With respect, iba yung du ha, sa derivative ha. So take note of that ha. Huwag kayong kopya ng kopyas kung saan download and download. Derivative with respect to x of cosecant u. This is the last one, negative. Yan. Cosecant u, cotangent. Ang magka-partner secant tangent, cosecant cotangent. U times derivative of u with respect to x. So these are the 6 formulas, children, that you are going to memorize. Differentiate the given function. Differentiate the given function. Mga hanggang 9:30 man lang tayo para sulit. Number 1, f of x is equal to sine of x to the fourth plus 3x. Yan. Okay? Gian Paulo, what's the derivative according to the formula? Pag dinitel nyo, lagay nyo muna yan kung gusto nyo. O kaya yung capital D, no? Of derivative of what? Of sine of x to the fourth plus 3x. Yan. What is our u here? Our u is x to the fourth plus 3x. Okay, guys? What's the derivative now, children? Ano ang derivative of f with respect to x? What's the derivative of sine? Gian Paulo? Cosine. But what is our u? X to the fourth plus 3x. Kaya whatever the argument in the given, you just copy that. Package yan, ha? Hindi pwede cosine lang, walang angle. Mamamatay yan. Times the derivative ng u. Ano ang derivative ng u? Ano ang derivative nito? Children? 4x cubed plus 3. Para lang magandang tingnan, sulat natin to sa unahan, ha? So, 4x cubed plus 3 times cosine of x to the fourth plus 3x. That's it. That's the derivative. Aha. Yan. Number 2. G of x is equal to, let's say, square root of x times cosine of square root of x. Okay? Going back to Rashid, nangiting-ngiti sa picture. What is G prime, Rashid? First, we consider it as what? For the meantime. What differentiation formula are we going to apply for the meantime, Rashid? We cannot go directly to cosine, but because that is not simply cosine. That is what? Is it some quotient? Naku, nakatulog na yata rin si Rashid. Okay, Rashid. That is considered what? Sum, quotient, difference, or what? Product. Or how to differentiate product? The first derivative with respect to x of the second plus the second derivative with respect to x of the first. But what is the derivative, Rashid, of cosine? Negative sine is square root of x. But what is the derivative of square root of x? Remember, you have to differentiate the argument or its angle. What's the derivative of square root of x? 1 over 2 is square root. Huwag kakalimutan yung algebra, yung derivative na sa algebra. Plus the second, ito yung cosine, no? Cosine is square root of x. Na-differentiate na natin yan. Anong derivative ng square root? 1 over mood ko lang ng konti. So, 1 over 2 is square root of x. Okay, guys? Yan. Let's simplify. So, I can cancel this, children, with this. Yan. And then, let me write now negative 1/2 sine is square root of x. And then the second term, 1 over 2 is square root of x times cosine is square root of x. Okay? That's it. Di na naman natin pwede i-combine yan. Kung gusto nyo, i-factor nyo, factor out lang yung 1/2. Tingnan nyo na lang whichever is in the choices, if multiple choice. Okay, number 3. For number 3, we have y is equal to sine x over 1 plus cosine x. Jan Paulo? What is this, Jan Paulo? Parang dalawa lang estudyante. Tatanda ko nga yung pangalan. That is quotient, no? What is the derivative of quotient? Jan Paulo? Denominator. Denominator. Derivative of the numerator. Anong derivative? Cosine. Minus the numerator. What's the derivative of the denominator? Anong derivative ng 1? Derivative ng cosine. Negative sign. Kaya hindi na natin i-differentiate yung x. Ang derivative ng x1. Kaya wag na. Pero kung yan ay 2x, may derivative pa yan na 2. Okay, Paulo? All over 1 plus cosine x quantity squared. Simplifying na lang. So this is 1 plus cosine multiplied to cosine, that is cosine x. And then plus cosine squared x. Then plus sine squared x. This is famous in trigonometry, Rashid. What is that equal to? Cosine squared plus sine squared. Rashid. Rashid? 1. Very good. So that is equal to 1. Guys, so this part, itong part na yan, equal yan sa 1. Okay? So we now have cosine x plus 1. Yan, cosine x plus 1. Okay? All over 1 plus cosine x. O, di ba paras lang yung numerator, yung isang factor sa denominator, no? Rashid? O, anong kakancel? Anong matitira? 1 over, yan. Okay. O, see? O, di matutuwa yung nanay mo sa'yo. Nasagot ka y prime or derivative. O, number 4. Kaya pag nakita ang hirap, ang hirap pala ng inaaral ng anak ko, no? Dinadagdagan ng baon nyo. Pakita nyo yung mga inaaral nyo. Okay? Because the moment your parents see that, bibigyan kayo ng what you call this, maraming baon. F of x is equal to equals sine x secant x over yan, ulit sine x secant x over 1 plus x tangent x. Okay, guys? If you have a sharp eyes, look at the numerator. What is secant x equal to, Rashid? 1 secant x. Oh, what is that equal to? Secant x only, what is that equal to? 1 over cosine x. So, 1 over what is sine over cosine? Rashid. What is sine over cos? Di ba? Secant is 1 over cosine. So, sine x times 1 over cosine is sine over cosine. O, what is sine x over cosine x? Tangent x. The reason why I changed it to tangent, because possible, and since the denominator contains tangent, so better to express sine x, secant x as one function. So that when you differentiate later, easier to differentiate. Okay, guys? O, yan. So, let's now start differentiating. I haven't differentiated yet, ha? O, what is the derivative of quotient again? The denominator. Yan, guys. Derivative of the numerator, that is secant squared x, minus the numerator, yan, derivative of the denominator, hindi kasya. Select. Yan. Then, derivative of the denominator. But the denominator, children, 0 for the first term, product second term. The first, derivative of the second, secant squared x, plus the second, hindi pa rin kasya. I think a little more. Again, ha? The denominator, 1 plus x tangent x, derivative of the numerator, secant squared x, minus the numerator, tangent x, derivative of the denominator, 0. This is product. The first, derivative of tangent is secant squared, plus the second, tangent x. Derivative of the first, derivative of x, 1. So, enclose now, all over, yan, all over the square of the denominator. O, see? Okay, quantity is squared. O, let's simplify. Multiply. Secant squared for first term, multiplied here to the first term, plus what? X, tangent x, secant squared x. Then minus, what about the second group? X tangent what? X tangent X secant squared X. Then plus negative. Negative. Move again. Because hindi kasya. Yan. Minus tangent times tangent. That is tangent squared. Bakit minus, children? So minus, no? Yan. All over. Yan. All over. Yan. This 1 plus x tangent x quantity squared. Simplify further. Actually, that's already the derivative. What we are trying to do, just making it simple. This is 0, no? And that is 0. Together with the first one, this and this 0. Then we have secant squared. Rashid, what is secant squared minus tangent squared? Rashid? Do you remember an identity associated with that? Nako. Mukhang mahirap, maraming mangangapa sa second quiz. Ang second quiz na puro differentiation. Remember, 1 plus tangent squared theta is equal to what? Secant squared theta, children. If I solve for secant squared theta minus tangent squared theta, that is equal to what, guys? 1. This is equal to 1. Okay? 1 over, yan. Maganda na problem, no? Yan. Okay. Yan. Quantity is squared. Okay, guys? So, that is f prime of x. Any question, children? Kaya yung identity baka kayo tuwa-tuwa lang kumuha ng engineering. Baka alam nyo, you are going to have immediately computer. Ay baka hindi nyo alam yung pinasok nyo. Meron pang calculus 2, differential equations, advanced engineering math, numerical methods, plus mga mechanics sa CE, sa IE, may mga probability and statistics pa. Sa IE pa, meron pang engineering economy. Naka po. Plus yung major nyo pa, electrical circuits, E-theory 1, E-theory 2, circuit 1, circuit 2. Electronics 1, electronics 2. Okay, what number now? Hirapan kaya ako niyan. When I was in college. Engineering purpose, computer engineering. 5. I am computer engineering also. So let's have 4. Ano bang maganda rito? Find the second derivative naman. So we have, let's have number, sorry, number 5, no? We have y is equal to cotangent, yan, is cubed of cosecant squared for x. Yan, sino yung nag-leave? John Paulo. Umayaw na si John Paulo. Siya nga naman lagi natatawag. Paano iba hindi nasagot? Naka-idle. Y prime, yung mga sumagot, may babigyan ko ng plus. Remind niyo ako ha. Sino ba ito? Rashid, John Paulo, umalis na siya. Sino pa yung sumagot? Rashid. Y prime equals. What are you going to consider dito? Muna. Ang pinaka-function natin muna yung cotangent. Ang loob niya, cosecant squared. Meaning, yung pinaka-u mo, ang u mo rito is what? Cosecant squared. Which is also general power. At trigonometric pa. Okay? Kunin muna natin ang derivative niyan. Ano ang derivative ng u with respect to x? Derivative ng loob. Para later plug in na lang. Ano ang derivative niyan? Rashid? Negative. I drop the exponent. Copy the base. Subtract 1 from the exponent. Ano na lang? Cosecant 4x. Then, derivative ng base. Ano ang base natin, Rashid? Cosecant 4x. Okay? Ano ang derivative ng cosecant 4x? Negative cosecant 4x. What else? Cotangent 4x times derivative ng 4x, 4. Don't forget, ha? Simplify. What's the simplified form of this? Negative 8 cosecant squared 4x. Cotangent 4x. Ang bababa pa naman ng quiz 1. Magbabaksak nga ako ng mga sobrang bababa. Okay, alam na natin yung derivative ng u with respect to x. So, let's now have yung y prime. This is power. What is the exponent? 3. Drop the exponent. Copy the base. Subtract 1 from the exponent. But you have to copy the bituka niya. Ito yung bituka niya, ha? Package yan. 3 cotangent minus 1 ang exponent. Then, copy. Times derivative of the base. Ano ang derivative ng base? Itong cosecant, takuha na natin yan. Derivative with respect to x ng u. Ang u natin, ito. Okay, substitute. Cotangent squared of cosecant squared 4x. Drop the exponent, parang kulang ako lahat. Mali. Joke lang, joke. Sometimes you have to joke. Joke lang yan, ha? Bakit joke? Kasi joke. May kulang pa. Derivative ng children? Rashid, derivative ng Derivative muna ng base. Ano ang pinaka-base ko? Relative sa cotangent. Cotangent cube. Cotangent of cosecant squared 4x. Okay? Yan. Sa relative sa cotangent, ang pinaka-u ko, yung cotangent cube. Relative naman sa loob naman, ito naman, ng cotangent, itong again, anong derivative ng cotangent, children? Drop the cotangent cube, drop the exponent, copy the base, subtract 1 from the exponent, get the derivative of the base. Anong derivative ng cotangent? Yan. Ano ba ang derivative niyan, children? Para next meeting, na tayo? Mga derivatives ng inverse trigonometric, then exponential, times. Anong derivative ng cotangent, children? Cosecant negative. Cosecant squared. Aray. Cosecant squared of cosecant squared 4x. Yan. Ang derivative ng cotangent is negative cosecant squared. Ano ang loob niya? Cosecant squared 4x. Times the derivative ng cosecant squared 4x. Na-differentiate na natin yun. Negative 8. Cosecant squared 4x. Cotangent 4x. That is equal to... Why pa ba si Rashid? Rashid, check mo ha, tingnan mo ha, dahil wala namang nagre-response. 8, negative, positive 3, 24. Tama? 24. Then, ito unahin muna natin yung mga simple functions. Cosecant squared 4x, cotangent 4x. Then times, itong cotangent na to. Cotangent squared, ang kanyang angle, cosecant squared 4x. Cosecant squared 4x. Times cosecant squared of cosecant 4x. Bumababa. Cosecant squared 4x. Okay guys? O yan na ang sagot. That's y prime. Aha, aha. O question. Guys. O last. Number 6. Find the indicated derivative. Yan. Find the indicated derivative. Hanggang 9:30 tayo ha. 9:30 lang. Kung kaya pa makatagal. Kung ayaw na, pwedeng makinig na lang sa recording sa YouTube. Okay? Oh. Find the indicated derivative. Let's say I have f of x is equal to cotangent. May cotangent na tayo. 6. May secant na rin I think. Secant of 4x squared. Yan. Find the... Ang hahanapin ko, ano ang value ng second derivative of square root of square root of pi over over 4. Okay guys? Yan. Ano daw ang value ng second derivative kapag ang ating x ay square root of pi over 4. O first, get the first derivative. What's the first derivative? Maria Angela, na nakahalumbaba, naka-idol naman yata. Tsaka si Luis, matatag si Luis eh. Ang ganda ng laso. Ayaw naman sumagot. Rashid, what's the derivative of secant? Secant of 4x squared times tangent of 4x squared times derivative pa nung loob ng secant 8x, correct? Okay, yan. So this is 8x, then secant of 4x squared tangent of 4x squared. What about second derivative? Second derivative na. Second derivative. Pag alam na natin second derivative, we can find the value. Actually, that is acceleration kung yan ay what? Ay distance function, no? Kung ang f of x is distance function, that is acceleration. Okay? The first. Naku, ang haba pala nito. Ito muna yung the first natin. The first. Yan. Yan yung first. Ito muna consider natin first. The first. Yan. Derivative of the second. Ano ang derivative ng second? Di ba ang derivative ng loob? 8x. Derivative of tangent, secant squared of 4x. Okay, guys? Next. Plus the second. 4x squared, tangent of 4x squared. Derivative of the first. Kaya lang ang first product. Product. Ayan, product. The first, derivative of the second. Anong derivative ng secant? Secant of 4x squared tangent of 4x squared times derivative ng loob 8x. Okay? Plus the second, secant squared, yan. Secant of 4x squared. Derivative ng 8x, 8. Yan. Okay? Yan. Ang haba. Then, simplify. O, 8, 8, 16. X squared, secant cube. Tama ba? Nasaan na ba ako? Ito. 8, 8. Ay, check mo Rashid ha, kung tama yung minumultiply ko Rashid. Ha? Ay, Rashid. O, secant cube of 4x squared. Ito, done na dito. Tama na, no? Plus, what about this? O, distribute. Ano bang common dito? Common na lang. Anong common? 8. Tsaka secant lang. So, A, tangent, unahin ko secant. Secant squared, may x pa rin. Hindi common ng x. The first, ito yon, the first derivative, nasa na ba ako? Tangent. But this is the first derivative of the second plus the second derivative of, wala. 8 lang. Secant of 4x squared. Ito, kukopin ko lang yung tangent, no? Kasi it's already outside. Di ba, magsi-0, 0 naman yung iba niyang value. O, dito may natirang isang 8. Kasi isang 8 lang nilabas natin. At x squared. May natira pa rin isang tangent of 4x squared. And plus, isang ano dito natira, guys. Secant? Wala na? 1? Is it 1 ang natira? 1, no? Hoy! Di ba tinanggal ko na yung secant? Tsaka 8? Secant lang palang nilabas ko. Bakit may squared to? Sorry. Hoy! Ikaw, Rashid, di mo tinitingnan sinusulat ko eh. Ayun, naburon na. Ayun, bakit na? Susumbong kita sa nanay mo. Di ka nakikinig. Sumobra. Yan, magkagalit tuloy yung argument niya. 8 secant of 4x squared. Okay, tama na yan, Rashid. Okay, let's now determine the value. Total value lang naman ang gusto natin. F double prime of square root of pi over 4. Pag in-square ko, 16 times. Anong square nito? Pi over 16. Correct? Okay, Rashid? Yan. What about secant? Alam nyo ba, di ba ang x squared pi over 16? No? Ay di anong lalabas dito? Ay, pi over, ano ba yan? Pi over, tama. Ay, pi over 2 na lang para mas, pi over 2 na lang, palta ko yung problem ha. Kasi gusto ko madali lang ang sagot. Pi over 2 para may mga nagsisiro. Paltang ko ha, children. Paltang ko. Para hindi masyadong complicated ang value. Pi over 2. Yan. Square root of pi over 2. Kaya ito ay magiging pi over ano yun? Pi over 4? Na? Pag in-square, tama? Ito naman. X squared. Di ba? Pi over 4 ang x squared. Times 4. Di pi na lang. Tama ba, Rashid? Pi na lang sa loob, no? Kasi ang x squared natin is pi over 4. Ang x squared is pi over 4. Kasi ang x natin is square root of pi over 2. Plus 8 secant of, pi over 4 na rin to. Ay pi na yan. Tangent of pi to, pi. Kasi 4 times. Times 8 times pi over 4. Plus ay tangent of pi plus 1. Ano bang tangent, ang secant pi, guys? Secant na 180 degrees. Anong cosine ng pi? Ng 180 degrees, negative 1. Anong secant? Negative 1 din. Guys, anong secant ng 180 degrees? That is 1 over cosine of 180 degrees. E ano bang cosine ng 180? Negative 1. Therefore, negative 1 ang value. Am I correct, Rashid? Ang cosine ng 0 at cosine ng 361. Okay? Di ito pala ay, tanggalin ko na muna itong. Let me erase this. Si Rashid na lang ang bida lagi. Plano. Ay, Maxine. Ayaw talaga. Maxine, Maria Angela, 16 divided by 4, 4 pi times negative 1 raised to 3 plus 8 times negative 1. Tangent 180, 0. Anong tangent ng 180 degrees? Children? 0. Okay? Am I right? Okay. Sine over cosine yan. Ang sine 180, 0 eh. So, 0 na to. Yan. Di 0 na lahat yan. Kahit ko pa i-compute to, no? 2 pi times 0 plus 1. 0 na itong buong to. Ano na lang natira, children? Dali, para tapos na last na to. And then we continue. 4 pi negative. Negative 4 pi. Okay? Yan. Nakakatakot lang, no? Pero yung pala, puro nag-0, 0. Pero kasi pinaltan ko yung value. Kung hindi ko pinaltan, ang value niyan yung may mga square root. Kasi ang secant ng pi over 4 ay square root of 2. Kasi ang cosine ng pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. O kaya 1 over square root of 2. Ang secant is square root of 2. Pero mukhang maganda rin naman. Kaya lang, may mga radical. Ang tangent ng pi over 4, 1. Maganda rin pala naman, ano? Okay, subukan nga natin. Kung subukan yung kunin yung value naman ng pi over. Last na lang, yun naman. Kunin natin yung value nun. Substitute naman natin. Nasaan na ba yung aking eraser? Last na talaga. Wala pa namang 9:30. Barahin ko na to ha, guys. Yan, ilan na lang tayo? 16 pa rin. Ano naman yung f double prime of square root of pi over 4? Okay, ang unang sagot, 16 times pi over 16, then times secant cubed of, ano ang 4 times pi over 16? Pi over 4? Tama ba, Rashid? 4 times x squared, no? Diba ang x squared, pi over 60 na, times 4, pi over 4. Right? No? A secant of pi over 4. Pi over 4. Tangent of pi over 4. Then times, ito times 2 ha. Times 2. Plus 8 square root of 2. Tangent pi over 4 is 1. Tangent pi over 4 is 1. Then times pi over 2 plus 1. Okay. Yan na yung sagot. Kaya lang hindi maganda yung sagot na final answer. Kasi hindi siya mako-combine into a single term. Pag dinistribute, that is a pi over, di magiging 4 pi square root of 2. No? Plus 8 square root of 2. Okay. Ha? Ay, meron yatang katabi yung iba na kapatid. Nagdidictate na sagot. Paka-check nga yung sagot. Yung value, tama ba? 8 square root of 2. And then tangent 1. 8 divided by 16. Pi over 2. Plus 1. Ito pag minultiply, 4 pi. Wala namang pi ito. Wala na makakombine. Okay, that's it. Question? No question? Did you understand, children? Hopefully. Kaya lang, of course, hindi naman talaga naiintindihan niya ng isang upuan lang, no? You really need to what? You really need to do it. Okay? Kabi nga sa Chinese saying, I heard and I remember. I see, I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Ganyan ang math. Pag ikaw ay narinig mo lang, wala. Pero pag nakita mo, matatandaan mo. Pero pag ginawa mo, you will able to do it. You will able to understand it. Okay guys, bye!